Looking for mobile RPG and idle AFK games with generous summon rates? In this video, we have picked 12 amazing gacha games that offer better pull chance, rewarding progression, and free-to-play friendly experience without relying on pay-to-win mechanism. Enjoy the best hero collection adventures. Top 12 High Gacha Rate Games, no pay-to-win gacha game RPG, idle AFK. We have a new Facebook fans page now. The name is GameMobile HDgraphic. Besides on YouTube, we will give an update on Facebook as well. A lot of amazing top list games will show up every day, so please check this out now. The link on the description and pinned comment. Epic 7. This game is a perfect name of a high gacha game RPG on mobile. No wonder the game has been exist for more than a decade. This is a proof of how the developers are showing the quality of fairness and also balanced gameplay experience to the player. This game has a turn-based system with a hero collector base. Along the campaign mode, we'll get a long storyline that will come so deep with the characteristic of each hero. If you love to play a competitive game with the PvP arena base, then this game will be your first option. Even the Guild War features are available, so you guys can manage the best guild team to be placed on a certain strategy as a team. A lot of daily features we actually can do, like a boss raid, dungeon abyss, and also event. As a gacha game, it has a PT banner system, where we will get a guarantee of a legendary hero once we reach a certain pool of summoning. Chaos Zero Nightmare. I'm sure everyone is in love to play this game since the first sight. The game's visual and quality is beyond than any gacha RPG game on mobile right now. This game will be a perfect example of how a top-tier gacha game RPG should be made. Let's see how the gacha rate is perfectly shown. We know how it's becoming one of the most fair and no pay-to-win game gacha on mobile. The smoothness experience is my other aspect on how the game can run so well on any phone spec, but the last one is of course the character quality is insane. It's kinda chibi but cool at the same time. The game's skill visual will make you believe if the mobile games era has a new standard now. If you love to play a high strategy turn-based, I'm sure this game is a top-notch. No wonder the game has reached 1 million downloaders within a month since it released globally. Does anyone still play it? Please write in the comments below. Rebirth 1999. If you really want to experience what a high-rate gacha game RPG looks like, then this game is the best answer. Can you see how many legendary heroes I have? Listen, I have 6 legendary heroes with 6 stars quality. And I'm trying to be honest, if I play this game without spending any single penny, I'm a free-to-play player, especially the developer are pretty kind of giving a free diamonds to the player once we clear a certain achievement. Let's get back to how the gameplay is. There is one thing that I really love the most about it. It's because the game will bring you back into a medieval era through the hero's appearance and how the story is pretty strong to represent how the medieval era looked like, just like a time travel. The combat mechanism needs something technical to create a combination and launch the ultimate skill, but of course you can make it simple by tapping the auto button. Dead Alive Spirit Echo. As a new brand hero collector base, this game has a different games genre. Most of the gacha game will always come with a turn-based gameplay or an idle or AFK base, but this game comes with an action RPG game in a hack and slash. But we can unlock the auto features once we have cleared a certain stages. It has a side-scrolling perspective, which is we need to keep moving forward and wipes the entire enemy that will block on our way to the end. Fun fact, this game was adapted from the actual anime series that we call with Dead Alive. If you know that series, surely you will get more familiar within the game storyline. Overall, we need to upgrade the character and place your best hero on the team's lineup, because in-game we can switch to each other. A lot of PvE and events are available to participate as your daily routine activity. Silver and Blood. This game represents a new vibes of gacha game. It has a dark fantasy base with a black and red as the main color to represent the game's concept. This game is absolutely beautiful, and if you're a type of person who's looking for an anti-mainstream game, then you should check this game out, especially if it has been released globally as well. This game has a very high gacha rate. You will easily get SSR hero just by doing a command rolling in the summoning feature. Just as you can see, I have collected more than 4 of the legendary heroes even though I'm just a free-to-play player. The game's combat mechanism is a turn-based game with a squad formation as the main synergy that we need to be concerned about. Once you play this game, you will be satisfied with the game's skill visual, and animation skill effect really blows my mind. Basically, it has an idle progression, especially for the farming resources, so the player can upgrade their leveling progress much easier. Morimens. This game is a hidden gem, such a pleasure to know it. Unfortunately, the game needs to be introduced into a wider player because not all players know about it, but surely this game is really worth playing. Briefly, the game looks like a Rebirth 1999. From the visual and how the character design, but this game is the light version of it, and even it will run super smooth on any phone specification. It has a very unique combat concept where the player needs to maintain the deck card and also a squad building that will push a strategy at the end. Upgrade the hero's equipment and skill to clear the story campaign mode become much easier. Overall, it has a dark fantasy with a Lovecraft in base. Trust me, you will get a top tier hero without pushing any effort. Limbus Company. This game is one of the legendary game gacha on mobile. The gameplay is quite complex, a lot of strategy need to express the action into a perfect combination move. With a command-based and chain combat system, it will let the player maintain the tactic even more exciting. Which means every single move is really important and it will create a perfect gameplay in the end. It has a PvE focus with so much difficulty level that we need to pass. That's why we need to recruit a strong and powerful hero to manage different features in a player versus enemy stage. The gacha system is really good though. I would say it has a fair and balanced gacha because the tactical is way more important than which hero that you are having in battle. 7 Night Rebirth. I'm still actively playing this game until now. I love the hero's design, it looks so magnificent. One of the best games design I have ever seen on the gacha based concept. I'm sure there is no game can stand against it, especially if we are comparing it to the character's appearance. There is a hero's level we should reach to change the hero's skin from the star level to the awakened tier level. And every single star you have achieved, it will make your hero look way cooler. It has a PT based concept. Once we have hit 100 pulls on gacha, then we will get a guarantee of the legendary character. We can even place and put our next targeting hero, which will help us a lot to strengthen the team in the team's management. The main gameplay is a turn-based and idle or AFK concept, but I think you should watch the entire ultimate skill, it's impressive. One word is enough to describe how good the skill cinematic looks like, which is perfect. Anchor Panic. This game is a new release anime game gacha that suddenly reached the top of no pay to win game on mobile. Even I have a very good experience on having 2 of the new SSR heroes since my first 2 roles, which is quite impressive. The main concept has an anime sci-fi theme, which is a great combination of a robotic and anime style, and it looks perfectly fit with the gameplay and visual. The combat mechanism has a main following attacking system, but we need to tap the next move after we do a basic attack, and also the ultimate skill at the end. So in one turn, the hero will have a chance to launch 3 actions at once. The developers are focusing the campaign and storyline mode, no wonder we will get a lot of conversation between the hero. Brown Dust 2. Just to let you know, this game has become one of the highest high-rate gacha game on mobile. This game has 3% chance to get a legendary hero, where the other gacha game is only has 1% only, which is it has a lot of different. Especially when the newest banner are showing, the rate up is always interesting to pull. That's why a lot of the players are telling us if this game is really kind to the player, no matter if it's through the free rewards or a gacha rate. I love the JRPG game style. It has a super deep storyline with a beautiful music and intense combat battle. We even play in a turn-based concept, but the main idea need a lot of strategy. With a great system, it will easily represent a game with a tactical move as the main indicator to win the game. I would rate 10 out of 10 from so many aspects. By the way, it has so many storyline options that we can play. Even if we pick a different main story, it becomes the strongest point for any player who wants to play it. Sword of Convallaria. From all of the games that I have mentioned, probably this game is quite different. It's because the game has a tactical turn-based RPG. Simply, people just call it with as RPG. With a grid-based strategy, combat will push the player to enjoy a higher level of gameplay, which is you need to think 1 step ahead or even 2 steps ahead to manipulate the enemy's next move. So the anticipation is really crucial to determine who will become the winner. It's been a few years already since the game's release on global, but the community is quite bigger. You guys can easily find the community on the Facebook group, and 1,000 players are playing it and try to find the hidden trick and tips. It has a rich storyline where the player can pick their own sub-story and it will determine the entire storyline. Battle Knight Cyberpunk RPG. Does anyone having fun on playing any new RPG game on mobile, but once you really want to have an anti-mainstream visual and concept, I think this game is absolutely the perfect one you should try on. With a cyberpunk concept, they will give you a different level of visual and really futuristic ambience with a neon lamp color around. It's full of AFK game. We can't even touch any single button while we are in combat. We are just watching how the heroes action. So the only thing that we should manage is, while we are in the preparation menu, upgrading and hunting and leveling the hero will be so important. Remember to like this video and see you on the next list. Thanks.